So
this guy bush road where this driver carry person dey
we are traveling. There's a mini road right now. We've been running because along the road encountered by robbers.
If you're wondering what was going on, I was practically running for my life. So today's video is different. I want to share with you my behind the scene video, things that you never get to see that we go through when we travel and try to shoot videos. And today I'm going to share with you just a little bit, 7 scenes that I recorded. There's so many other ones, but I recorded the 7 scenes which I'll be sharing with you. So number 1 will be the armed robbery attack. The number 2 will be fighting in the village. Number 3 will be confrontation on the train. Number 4 will be the bus trouble. Number 5 will be rain beat. And number 6 is my drone loss. And my number 7 I'll talk about will be my DSS interrogation. And DSS is like Department of State Security. They're like CIA in the US. So if you're wondering what does my shooting a video got me to DSS, yeah, so that's behind the scenes, things you don't get to see. I'll be talking all about that in this video. All right, so stay tuned because this video is totally different. It's something that you don't get to see, we don't put out there, but I just want to put out this so that you guys can really appreciate the struggle. So hopefully you will enjoy this video, and if you do, subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, comment below and share the video. Let's get into the video.
So
this guy bush road where this driver carry person dey
we are traveling. There's a mini road right now. We've been running because along the road encountered by robbers who shot at our car. Right now we've been running the last 10 minutes. Over there. Hey, Jesus. Why that man no carry a car? Why you no fit revise? I entered car from Azumini to head down to Port Harcourt. Along this road, we are attacked by armed robbers who shot our car, so we have to abandon the car and run. Alright, so right now I'm just tracking and running. So my other bag, I just left it and I just continued the journey. So why can't they come back? Why can't they come back?
No, my people with this now.
Why that man not turn the car? We could go.
I tell you now that the man waiting for back, then he will revise.
Oh my God. Now we are tracking, we don't even know where we are going.
This event actually happened at Azumini community. Azumini community is located in Okwa West local government in Abia State. I actually went there to document the Azumini Blue River, which probably most of you have seen on the channel. And on my way back to Port Harcourt, we got attacked by armed robbers.
Basically, our car was shot at, but there were cars before us. I think one car before us, ours was shot at. So the driver have to abandon the car and run into the bush. And we too have to run out quickly of the car, so they're running. I think somebody was shot as well in that car. So, man, Shako Zevraga Takamayande. But thank God, trekking back to the main road. Jesus Christ. Man, this is behind the scene. The struggles of traveling and shooting content. It's crazy. My pathway there is no death. In Jesus' name. Amen.
I think finally, when the robbery was over, I think some police people started going to the scene, and I think they shot someone in the car. And our own driver came out of the bush, brought the car back, we were able to pick up our items and made our way back to Port Harcourt safely. So that was really crazy, but that's really what happened, and really thank God for safety. All right, so get into number 2. So this actually happened in Amakama community, where I shot a documentary on a living tree that have a cave. Hope you guys have watched that video on Amakama wooden cave where I shot, and I've been trying to promote that video. If you haven't watched that video, please watch it. It's really an interesting video. So what really happens is that when we got into the community to shoot the video, some youth in the community said that we have to settle them before we can shoot the video. And so we met up with one of the elders, the elder that was actually explaining that video to us, who also told us, yes, that it's better that we give something to the youth and also to the women, so that, you know, because they're the one taking care of that place, and so that we can probably shoot our thing and all of that. So this thing is not like a written rule, it's just you give, you know, whatever you have. So I gave something to the youth. So as usual, we're already used to this. I gave some money to the youth leader, okay, to go ahead and settle his voice and all of that. So I think he did, and thereafter he left. We started shooting our documentary and all of that. So while we were shooting, or almost rounding up our shooting, so some group of boys came and started talking, trying to make trouble, that they are the youth of the community, they are not settled, blah blah blah. You know, this things always happens. So when you settle one group, another group will come. It's something that always happens when you travel and shoot. So this group came and they are saying blah 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 blah. So to avoid raising issue and, you know, making noise and all of that, I called the one that seems to be more aggressive and all of that. So I just called him. I said, come, listen, you don't know who I am. I came here to promote your community, blah blah blah. But notwithstanding, I already settled the first group, I'm still gonna settle you guys. So I gave him something, right, and told him he's okay, and say, okay, senior man, thank you, all of that. So they were glad, they were okay. However, one of the boys that came with them is actually a nephew to the elder that was taking us around, and because he has some grievances against his uncle, so he wanted to use that as an opportunity to just get back to his uncle. So he just kept trying to make trouble, ferment trouble and all of that. So I mean, at some point the elder that was you know that he was trying to make this trouble too, that was actually in the video trying to explain to us, just lost his cool, and that's how fight broke out.
This money when I bring down, not anything from my hand, I don't send down. There's something I told me, say, indigenous rights, don't denounce our rights. Anywhere where you be. Because we live now, everybody will come here, everybody will come here like this, you can't have come up for here. Now we see film. When I know worry.
This is going to
You know
Calm down, first. Oh boy, where you? Oh boy, this way you do. I don't like them. I don't like what they do. I don't like them. Why they like this now? Come, Imoyenwo. Adam community, give them more. Imoyenwo. They coming to give them more like this. Why they behave like this? So after I talk to you, now they behave like this.
I don't like this way they do.
Hey.
They go here, man, don't talk to you. Wow.
Good for me. Before all of this happened, we've already done documenting that place. So before the issue came, we already finished documenting that place. And it's one place I also spent quite a lot of money, to be honest, because I gave two group of people money. I gave money to the women and all of that. So man, crazy. I can't even remember how much, but I know I spent quite a lot of money just to shoot that. So you could just imagine we're trying to promote something that needs to be promoted, but there are hindrances. You still have to settle the community boys just to promote their own community. Crazy. Confrontation on the train. So this one actually happened when we were shooting on a train in Aba, from Aba to Port Harcourt. This is another lovely documentary on the Eastern train ride that I did that is so beautiful. I mean, if you haven't watched that video, you are really missing a lot. You really need to watch that video after this video. Please watch that video. It's really interesting video. So you get to see what it's like traveling on the train in eastern part of Nigeria. It's an interesting video. So while we were shooting, there was kind of fight, what we got into the train and we are shooting and all of that. Of course, one thing you must be aware is that in this part of the world, people are always adverse to camera. They don't like camera. They don't want to be shot. They don't want you to shoot anything. I mean, even if you are trying to promote someone's business, he's gonna still try to ask you to bribe him to promote his business. It's crazy, but this is what happened. So while we were actually there shooting, So there was kind of an altercation or fracas that happened on the train, and my friend was trying, because I was there. I met a friend there while on the train, so the guy was just trying to help me to record what was going on. Then this woman just got mad and started accusing us of recording her and recording her breast, and just started showing off her madness. So this what really happened.
Continue.
Oh my God, we're talking.
Because a small thing where you buy, you want to show. What do you show? A small change, you show.
Who made a problem?
So the number 4 behind the scene video is that you have to subscribe to the channel and turn up your notifications so you get to see our videos when they drop, and comment what your thoughts are about this video, and lastly, take 1 second to click the share button and share this video. Please support your brother hustle. You can see what I'm going through just to shoot video for you guys. So support my hustle by subscribing and commenting and sharing.
Traveling with public transport is terrible. So the very vehicle I entered to go back to Uyo right now from Calabar came on the way and stopped, and it's trying to transfer us to another vehicle, and man, that has not been funny.
Not like there's a vehicle that's already waiting to be so you can be transferred. No, they will have to stop and wait for any vehicle that is passing. They will flag the vehicle down and ask the vehicle if it's going to that direction, so they can add you. They can ask you to enter into that car. Very annoying and all of that. So they do this all the time. For me, I'm already used to it. So, and once you're traveling, you want to avoid altercation or quarrel with someone, so that's it. But on this case, when they did this to us, one of the ladies in the car was not just having it, and man, she decided to just bust out and insisted that the driver must give her back her money. But finally, luckily, we were able to settle the matters, and then we got into the car. And man, it was an exhausting, very exhausting trip.
Boy, I'm practically beaten by the rain. I have to carry my gear this way. This is really serious.
So this actually happened in Lokoja in Kogi State. I was on a bike trying to go to Manpati to go and document it. So Manpati is where Sir Frederick Lugard actually built his house. And from that point, you can literally see the whole of the city. It's a very lovely site, a very lovely place. So we are on our way to that place when the rain started, and started very heavily. So there were no place to run to, and man, I was totally beaten by the rain, my cameras, my drone, everything. I was totally soaked by the rain. It was really, really crazy. So it's not the first time I've been beaten by the rain or sun trying to shoot these things, but this very one was really terrible. So I decided to just document it for memory's sake. So I could just, you know, each time I watch it, I just remember the struggles and all of that. So that's why I documented this one. It was really crazy. And that's why I also said those who run Okada business in Lokoja and other parts of Nigeria should probably go to Uyo, Akwa Ibom and learn from them. Because in Akwa Ibom, the Okadas that ride there, the bikes that ride there, they actually have a kind of a roof and umbrella over their bike. I actually showed it on that video, on the video documentary I did. So they have that roof. So even if you're on that bike, you know, and rain is falling, you'll not be beaten by rain. Very innovative. So I wonder why other states will not just copy Akwa Ibom and do what they are doing. So that people like us that shoot around will not be beaten by rain.
Alright guys, this is behind the scene video for those of you who don't see what we go through when we shoot drone and try to do YouTube videos. So I was flying my drone this morning in Enugu. So it's like it got into the airport zone and automatically started hovering and refused to actually fly anymore. So it has to automatically land. So, and luckily for me, it landed like 300 meters away from where I am. So I have to pull up the Find My Drone and start to use it to track where the drone is. So I've been running I've been running for the last 20 minutes because I have to just run around. And finally I'm inside this thick bush. And I wasn't shit from here. Where I am is a dump of refuse where they throw shit. Somebody just threw shit. Thank God he didn't throw it at me. Anyway, that's all we have to go through. So look at where I am in the midst of a dump refuse. And luckily for me, I found the drone. This is where it landed. So I tracked it down here and beeped it. And now I can find it. So here it is. That's the drone. Got back the drone 30 minutes later after running around looking for it in Enugu State. Alright, so this is what we go through to shoot content. Sometimes you're flying and you know the team might just malfunction, or as in this case, DJ is a very solid product, but in this case there was an interruption with the airport in Enugu, so that's why it stopped flying and it has to fall. Alright, so that's it. Behind the scene video, what we have to go through to shoot content. So right now I have to hike my way back. You can see where I'm coming from. Dump of refuge. No one I don't share here. Now what for now? It doesn't share any. People are just throwing shit around here, man. Alright. So we're out. Damn. Whew, man. Content creation isn't easy, man.
Okay, so luckily for me, I wasn't able to get the drone back, but you know, this happened over and over again. Even as I'm talking to you right now, I actually crashed my drone in Lagos when I was shooting, and you know, it was crazy. Not because it just crashed for crashing's sake, you know, the wind was just too much, and while controlling it, and it was a small drone, and the wind was too much. So at the end of the day, you just have to hit somewhere, and then it crashed. So right now, as I'm talking to you, I actually don't have a drone. So if you're out there, you want to buy me a drone, please, Pico, buy me a drone. But hopefully I'll be able to fix it and then, you know, start shooting drone videos again. But don't worry, I have lots of videos actually. So I mean, before I would have exhausted all the videos I have, I would have fixed my drone. But if you want to help me buy a drone, please do, by all means. Alright, I hope you like this video so far, and now we'll talk about the last one, and the last one is the DSS interrogation. So I said DSS, Department for State Security. So they're like the CIAs that you have in US. So what really happened was that, I don't know many of you who saw this video that I shot about the UN house. I actually had the opportunity to visit the UN house, although this is not the first time. I visited there on a program. So I was truly impressed by the security and the beautification of the place and how it really looks. So what I did was I filmed myself entering into the building and how beautiful the building looks and all of that. So 2 days later, I got a call from my supervisor who asked me if I actually filmed myself going into the UN house when I went there for a program, and I said yes. So he said, oh, okay, you better call the UN people and talk to them, because I mean they're threatening to report you to police and all of that. So I said okay, because I didn't know maybe their policy is that you don't snap their building or whatever, because I mean that's what I did. I just snapped the building. I snapped myself entering the building. So that's just it. So what I did was I deleted the video and I called the head of security in UN, which is in UNDSS. So I called and I explained to the guy that okay, my name is this, introduced myself, blah blah blah. I was here and I filmed myself entering, but now I'm told that you have some issues with it and I've deleted the video, so that's it. So the guy said okay, let him check. So he checked and he found that truly the video has been deleted, and he said thank you. I said okay, thank you very much. And I thought that was the end. So after that 2 weeks I traveled out to the east on my vacations. I also went to do a couple of things in the village, as well as used the opportunity to document the east. So while I was there 2 weeks later, I got a call from DSS, and then he said, oh, he introduced himself and said it's from DSS that they're inviting me to their office. I'm like, wait till happen. I'm like, wait till happen. I'm not a freedom fighter. I'm not a freedom fighter. Why are you inviting me? Anyway, so I asked, okay, what's going on? And then he said, this, that, you know, you went to UN House, you filmed blah. I said, oh, really? See, that really happened like almost 3 weeks ago. And of course, I spoke to them and I've deleted the video, and they said it was fine. So he now said, oh, you've deleted the video? I said, yes. And I said, okay, fine, no problem. But when you come back to Abuja, come to our office. I said, okay, fine. So you could imagine the thought that was going through my mind, because I mean, in Nigeria of today, anything just happens. I mean, recently a well-known lawyer, you know, was just for no reason jailed. I mean, if a lawyer can be jailed, so you can imagine. So in Nigeria is where rule of law is not extremely very strong. So people get agitated, get worried once they get a call, or they see a policeman, or they get a call like that. So they don't want to be harassed. And this is why he probably had the issues of the NSACs in Nigeria that happened because of harassment of law enforcement agencies and all of that. So because of that, that already built up a kind of a defensive mind, or towards these security agencies. So 2 weeks later, when I came back, so I called and I told him I'm back, and he said, okay, come to our office. So their office. So I went to their office right there in, I think, in Asokoro. It was my first time also entering the DSS office, which, man, that place is highly guarded. Highly guarded. So after the whole process, security check, I got in there, explained myself and all of that. So I must actually say at this point that he was very, very professional. To be honest, he was very, very professional and very, very friendly as well. So there was no form of harassment or whatever. So he just wanted to find out what really happened and who am I and all that. So anyway, I explained to him blah blah blah. So after the whole long talk, so he just advised that next time, if I'm trying to do something like that, I should probably talk to the head of security and all of that. Well, I said, well, the issue is that first I didn't see any sign that said don't snap UN building. And moreover, I didn't even know, I wasn't snapping anything sensitive. It was just a building and me entering the building and some quotes they have inside the building. So that was just it. It wasn't any sensitive thing that I snapped. Basically, after that, he said, fine, everything is fine. Don't just heed to my advice. Next time, ask the chief of security before you do anything, blah, 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 and all of that. The truth of the matter really is that before I came, okay, but the truth of the matter really is that, I mean, if it was not because of where I work and they have done their background check and probably know where I work and all of that, that they would have just, without even calling me, they would have just picked me up because they didn't know my intentions and all of that. So, I mean, when the UN guys reported me, I mean, I don't work for the UN, but where I work is also well known, and so the DSS guys have to, just try to resolve the matter between me without, making the organizational thing and all of that. So, but that also got me worried because I kind of worried because if I was just a YouTuber shooting YouTube without probably working and probably working in a place that is also known by the DSS, so probably, maybe I would have been accused of some kind of accusation, and maybe that would have been an issue. Why I'm just trying to promote my country and to promote what my country have, and to show the world that Nigeria is not all about fraud and corruption. Nigeria is a beautiful place, it's a beautiful country, and all of that. So that really got me worried, but thank God, I mean, all things work together for good for them that love the Lord. Thank God for everything, because all things work together for good. Based on that, I was able to at least make new contact with the DSS. I have their contact now. So for those of you who have been looking for my trouble for a very long time, I think now is the time I'm going to send the DSS again after you, to come after you, since you have refused to subscribe to my channel. Now I have DSS connection. I can send it against you, send it after you, if you don't subscribe to this channel right now. Well, and that's it. I just wanted to show you a little bit of the struggles that we go through just to shoot video as YouTubers. All right, so this is why you need to support YouTubers like me who are shooting original content. Support them, give them your support after you supported me first. So support them and give them your support. If you're starting up a YouTube, or you want to travel around Nigeria, don't be discouraged with what I've shared. This is just, it's not meant to discourage you, but just meant to show what we have to go through to shoot the content. The truth is, shooting a quality video is not simple at all. Especially if you have to shoot travel video, it's not very simple. It's very challenging, but I mean, the challenge is part of the thing that we really enjoy, because it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So that's the thing. It's very beautiful. All right, and if you're meeting for the first time, please check through my channel. I have lots and lots of video on the channel that I have documented for you guys, so you check it out, and the ones that you like, share them and subscribe. So if you guys like this video and I get a lot of good reactions, hopefully maybe doing another video on behind the scene, but I'm not very sure if I want to be putting out my behind the scene video on YouTube here. I may probably just create a Patreon page or YouTube subscription page where only those who are subscribed can probably get to see the behind the scene. All right, so because that way I can be sure, I mean, if you join my subscription page, I mean, that means you're a true fan, and probably you will not misunderstood behind the scene videos that you get to see. So that's the idea, because I mean, I have so many other behind the scene videos, but I can't just put them up because I don't want to cause trouble. All right, so that, okay, hopefully you like this video. This video was shot on the 1st of September 2022, and by the end of this month we are looking to hit 50,000 subscribers. We are currently at 17,900, but from there we are going to shoot to 50K. Yes, it is possible. That is happening this month. That is why you will make it happen by sharing this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the very next one.